Even though Spiritfarer recognizes itself as a management game, it uses a similar style of mechanics to the likes of Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper, or Animal Crossing. It does, however, put an interesting spin on most of them and introduces something that is very often overlooked in games of similar style. Now, let me tell you what those things are. Spiritfarer gives you the role of the new ferry master of the deceased and makes you find and care for lost spirits. You build them a nice house, feed them, help them with some unfinished business, and finally send them off to the afterlife. There's even a dedicated hug button to boost their mood, and it makes for the cutest, heartwarming moments. The main gameplay loop revolves around choosing a destination using your navigation table. That destination either being a place to get resources from, or a story-centric place, or both. And whilst you're traveling there via your boat, you get to do all sorts of things. Fish, cook, care for plants, care for the spirits, build new buildings, and much more. I cannot even begin to tell you how cute the game's art style and animations are. Its very unique and expressive style with addition of how the game plays and feels makes it quickly apparent this game was made with great passion and care. Every part of this game beautifully fits together. At the beginning, I mentioned games like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, but if you're looking for a game you can pour hundreds hours into, you might need to look elsewhere. Spiritfarer is very much a condensed story-driven game that takes around 21 hours to finish, 35 if you want to 100% it. Also, there's close to no reason for replayability. You always meet the same characters, do the same quests, do the same activities. The game is very dialogue heavy. The main focus of the game is on the spirits, their unfinished businesses, their relation to you, and on their personas and psyches. Which means you will often have to listen to what's troubling them at the moment, or what thoughts their mind just settled onto. All the dialogue is beautifully crafted, it quickly sucks you in and you start to care for the individual spirits and their fates. Unfortunately, a big portion of the dialogue is repetitive. Every time you start one of the minigames, the spirit who's in charge of that specific minigame will make you talk to them to start it up. You will quickly figure out which dialogue repeats though, so you can swiftly skip through it. So it's not a big deal, but it still bothered me to an extent. The most impressive thing though, which made me fall in love with Spiritfarer, is the way it rewards you for doing the most mundane things and activities and makes them not only fun to do, but also skill-based. That is something I have always missed in games of similar style. Some sort of a skill check which would allow me to be more effective through the means of my own skill level. To name a few of these activities, mining requires you to hold down the button for a specific amount of time to be most efficient. But if you hold it for too long, your pickaxe breaks and you have to wait for a pretty long time for it to function again. Weaving does a similar thing, but you have to release the button in a specific time window to get extra resources. And this window gets smaller and more difficult to hit with different materials. Sawing requires you to move the saw up or down depending on the pattern of the one specific tree trunk. And there's many more. You can even play the guitar to your plants to make them grow faster, and you need to hit the right notes. When I started the game, I was afraid I will quickly get bored because there was very little to do on the ship. This quickly changes though, as you get access to a lot of buildings you use to craft new items, and you also need to take care of the spirits regularly. Furthermore, you get some upgrades that make the ship go faster as you progress. I swiftly found myself with the complete opposite problem. There was too much to do and not enough time to do it all before I arrived to my next destination. On the same topic, there was one thing that made me frustrated a lot. I regularly jumped back on my ship after traveling to a new location, and then just started to do some crafting I needed and just taking care of the reoccurring things on the ship, but I forgot to set the next destination. And that made me feel like I'm wasting my time. And the only way to set a destination is from your cabin all the way on the other side of the ship. So I basically had to drop everything, go to my cabin, set the destination, and then go all the way back to whatever I was doing. I understand why the mechanic is in place, but it always made me feel frustrated, and I wish you would just be able to set the destination from anywhere on your ship. I didn't notice any big bugs or glitches throughout my playthrough, apart from one big one. Apparently, if you click too many times on the click any button screen, it will start a new game up, wiping your save file immediately, as there is only one save file per account. I think this bug has already been fixed, but still be careful when entering the game. Also, there should definitely be multiple save slots available. I want my girlfriend to try the game out, but I don't want to just throw her into the middle of it since this is a story-driven game. Spiritfarer is available on Xbox Game Pass, so definitely check it out there if you own Game Pass. Or you can get it for 25 euros and it is absolutely worth its asking price. Thanks for watching the video. I stream 3 times a week on twitch.tv/MarTyNi. If you want to ask me some questions live, or you're just interested in me and what I have to say about games outside of my YouTube videos, or you can join our community Discord. See you next time!